Hello everyone. Monday grab bag, happy Monday. So today we're going to be taking a look at Noita. Noita is a game that has its history in falling sand games. If you're familiar with this genre, then maybe some of this stuff will be familiar to you, but otherwise, for everyone else, falling sand games were a popular sort of just like physics toy back in the early 2000s. So, like 2004, I believe, is when Hell of Sand came out, and that is the one as a Java applet that you could be run on the web, and that is the one that I'm familiar with, the first one that I discovered. But, one second. But the core idea behind these is a single pixel represents a single speck of a specific material. And so 1 pixel of sand is 1 grain of sand, and it's physics enabled. And you could have a pixel of ice that would melt when exposed to a pixel of fire, that kind of thing. And so it's a little sandbox that you could, a literal sandbox that you could mess around in. And Noita owes a lot of its sort of genealogy and concepts to this idea. Noita itself is a roguelike that is about spell casting and inventing using a simple drag and drop programming language, inventing your own magic spells and wands and combinations of attacks, while the entire world that you reside in is one of these environments. A world consisting of each pixel being a material that you can then interact with and follows its own internal logic. Wood burns, ice melts, snow can be kicked around a bit, meat can be eaten, that sort of thing. Let's see. Noita itself, however, was released back in, one second here, October 15th, 2020 is the official release date as listed on Steam, and was made by Nala Games, which consists of, I don't remember the full, there's an in-game credits, I'm sure, but one of the developers with the most notoriety would be the developer of Baba Is You, helped make this game as a member of Nala Games. But with all that out of the way, I would really like to show you this game, because I describe this game as kind of being fractal, or the end is never the end, because there is so many nested secrets, so many incredibly deep level of bizarre hidden things that you can discover that feels like the game is literally endless. I've put several hundred hours into this game, 229 to be exact, and there's still a bunch of stuff I've never seen, a bunch of stuff I've never done. So let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. I have enabled the channel points redeems for if you all want to induce my playstyle in particular ways. But one thing I'm going to make sure of is that kick is set to spacebar. There.
Destructive.
Makes sense. Without deleting all of my data, I don't think we can see the opening cutscene again. So... Wait, no. Input, configure controls. Now space is only kick. We have 2 wands. We have a potion full of snow.
Pacifism.
Volume's pretty loud in my end, so let me just poke it downward slightly. First zone will be destructive, second zone will be pacifism. Ebzo, you might explain what those redeems are for the sake of Taco. Also, hey, good start. This entire area is covered in oil and gunpowder, and something else in the world unrelated to us lit it up. We got a new magic wand that's covered that there's a bunch of shotgun shell firing. Another new one. Also, we're on fire. That's not good. There's lanterns we can pop. There's barrels full of oil. We have a wand that can throw bombs, but only has 3. You'll notice a name of a material is appearing in the upper left corner. And so that indicates where my cursor's pointed. So my cursor is currently over damp rock. My cursor is currently over ground. Grass. Oil. And so as you can see, each individual pixel is a different material. This is gunpowder, apparently. There's a gold nugget in there, but it's also covered in toxic sludge. Disrespect your surroundings. This is a pool of slime. Delicious. We can use a randomly found shotgun wand in order to take our way through here. Hopefully. We have arrived in Holy Mountain, whatever that means. If you ever need to empty a potion real quick, just drink its whole contents. It's fine. In order to fill a potion, you just go into a liquid that you want to fill it with while holding it. Increase maximum health by 10 and restored health to 135. Picked up a spell refresher. So as you can see, there's a 3 next to this wand, and that means that I have 3 uses of the bomb. And while we are in here we get to see the most fascinating aspect of this game that really gives this game its flavor, which is we can buy spell elements, and while we are in this room, we can move items around on our wands, and we also have a big swatch full of spells that we can potentially use. Wands themselves have native traits to them. So this is shuffle no, spells per cast 1, 0.23 second cast delay, 0.33 second recharge time, 128 mana max, 26 mana charge per second, capacity of 2 and no spread. And so if we put a splitter bolt in this and a bubble spark, we get a wand that goes like that. Spells themselves also can have some modifiers in how the things behave. So as you can see, Bubble Spark there, in addition to its damage statistics and its native spread and speed and everything, also has a cast delay minus. So if you fire a Bubble Spark, the next spell that you cast automatically after it, by holding down the mouse button, will fire a little bit faster. Less wait time between them. And then the Splitter Bolt also has this, but to a lesser effect. And so this wand had a bomb, but if you look carefully and compare it to the starter wand, the cast delay and recharge time on this are actually very, very low. These two wands are ones you start with every time the game is randomly generated. And the easiest way to give yourself a bit of extra power is to simply remove the bombs from this wand and put a fast-firing spell on it. This has a 1/3 of a second recharge time between going through its list of spells, while this one has a 0.7. That said, it recharges mana slowly, so you do need to wait for the wand mana to recharge if you're going for this tactic. This is a shuffle wand that has a high capacity, and then this one is too. So let's try moving all these onto this wand. Pretty cool. Yeah. Shuffle means that it picks these items randomly, so let's illustrate that by putting some variety in here. Although shuffle works a little bit weirdly if you're out of mana, because it'll skip over things you don't have enough mana for. And so eventually, if you are overspending your wand, it will prefer the lowest mana cost item, which is why you see the behavior of the swarm changing. Despite the fact there's so many triplicate bolts, it only fires occasionally. Yes, this is a lot of preamble to go over, but this is the vital mechanic behind this entire game, and learning how to use it is vital to making any sort of progress in this game. So, like, we started with a wand that did something like that, and by moving one item over, we've created a wand that does that instead. And then we've got double spell. Which you can see on the back wall there what just fired for your reference and for diagnosing wands. And so as you can see, double spell makes it so 2 spells fire at once in one instant. Pick one of 3, a classic of roguelikes. We can get Summon Sadakivi, an artifact that allows us to call Celestial Rage. Firing newly found and unmodified wands heals you. Or spells knock enemies around with more force. Let's get the healing one. We got an order in for pacifism, so that's how we're going to play for this area. Let's try and kill things as minimally as possible. And as we leave, the magic of this holy mountain fades, and those red sparkles, poison. We can no longer modify our wands, we can only continue. Extremely rude to put toxic sludge right below the drop point. Alchemy and interaction between materials is another very important aspect. Toxic sludge, when mixed with water, will turn into more water. It sort of spreads infectiously between them. And so, if you just mix it around a bit, the toxic sludge will turn to water. Let's go mining and let's go not killing. And put it in toxic sludge. This is an extremely chaotic wand, sure, let's pick it up. Pacifism. So this thing has...
Hedonism.
Next area will be hedonism. Very well. Let's see. Somewhat poor recharge time, decent mana max, but absolutely obscene charge speed. I feel like we can abuse that in some way. Do we have any spells that are high damage but high mana drain? Not really, apart from stuff that is intended as being like bombs and such that are limited use. Nonetheless, that is a good one to keep on hand. Actually, let's just get our experimental wand here and attach stuff to it. I'm hoping to get a wand that has no shuffle and a decent capacity. If we look at this treasure chest, it says a pacifist's reward. Oh my god. Luminous Drill is a fascinating one. See. I'm going to hold on to a couple of copies of Luminous Drill. And sorry if all this stuff is really confusing, because there is a ton to cover. Hedonism, huh? Alright. A random always cast spell is added to the wand in your hand up to a maximum of 4. That could be really, really silly. You take no damage from electric shock. Gold nuggets gravitate toward you. Let's amp up the chaos. Always cast on the wand I'm currently holding. Always casts... wavy flight pattern. Awesome. Love this wand already. This is beautifully stupid. Wriggle Night Wand. Hedonism. These are known as the Hisi. Drink potions of blood. Normal Noita things. Treasure chest. As unstable teleportium.
Just subscribe for 12 months.
Yay! Subscribe for 1 year, episode Blackheart. We've come a long way indeed. I'm out here eating corpses. Oh, almost got him. I should have kept one more wand for the sake of bombs. Also, there is a system in this game called stains, And if I'm covered in blood, bloody clothes protect you from fire. You sense an increased chance of attaining critical hits. Flammable gas. Thankfully, none of the spells I have are flammable. Oh yes, the music in this game is done by From Grotto, who make awesome psychedelic ambient music, as you can tell. And notably, From Grotto is led by the audio engineer Jonas Turner, and Jonas Turner is the primarily solo developer of a game that we have highlighted here before, Tormentor X Punisher, and is also the audio engineer for the sound effects in Nuclear Throne and Atomic Crops. All the music for Atomic Crops and I think all of the sound effects as well. Some kind of canister there. Freezing vapor. Don't touch this. Another one of those. Yep, same audio engineer. Jonas Turner. Reduce recharge time. And this is an explosive shooting one. Having a wand that can nuke things can be really handy. One more eaten rat for the road. Always cast rotate toward foes. Projectile turn towards your foes. I wonder if that means home it? Turn toward your foes. That's different from homing. Homebringer teleport bolt brings the target hit closer to you. That sounds incredibly dangerous. Why is the world rumbling? Another holy mountain, another chance to... The world's still rumbling. Another chance to modify our spells. Permanent shield. I don't think I need to tell you that having a barrier against projectiles is very, very useful. This rules. I love love this game. I love this game so much. Look at this stupid thing I've built. I don't think rotate toward foes is it. 3D. Roger that. I don't think rotate toward foes is useful for any of the particular spells I happen to have at the moment. Let's see. I just realized this thing spells per cast 7. It shoots everything at once. Well, most everything. Neat. Hello? Don't like y'all being up here. Welcome to the Hisi base. Is a rare type of enemy that summons other enemies. Gigadisc. A crowd pleaser of an item. I really don't want to, but there's no way I can't, right? I will note that the description says it has a curious flight pattern. And that's true. It does. It is a very curious flight pattern. How strange of a flight pattern it has. Let's go try shooting it at something. goes half of my health. But yes, the curious flight pattern is boomerangs back toward yourself. Use case for turn toward foes, maybe. Next time I reach a holy mountain, I'll go and do that. That's a landmine. Or rather, a nautical mine. Oh my god, I made it. Okay. Paranoia. The next area, I shall play Paranoid. But yes, the Gigadisc, when it bounces off of an object, it will home slightly towards yourself. Because screw you, that's why. That's it, we also just got the homing ability. Which makes it home toward us better. Great. Oh, Lord. Revenge explosion, strong levitation, or extra life. Extra life. Actually, this is a high-capacity wand with no shuffle, so this is something I've been after. Spark Bolt with trigger. A spark bolt that casts another spell upon collision. And so, homing is a modifier for the next thing. So a homing spark bolt with trigger that then triggers the next spell. The next spell is double spell. The next spell of that is double spell. And so that casts either 4 or 3. I'm not perfectly sure which. I was thinking 4, but then I thought about the math behind it and realized, wait, is that actually right? Well, let's find out. It's 3. And so this Spark Bolt with trigger is a cornerstone of a lot of builds that I go for, where it essentially means that all these spells cast, if you manage to nail someone directly with the Spark Bolt, it'll deal 3 damage, but more importantly, it will spawn all of these things directly on top of that person. And let's electrify. That seems like more danger than it's worth. Monomax is not high enough to be able to cast that alongside all the other stuff, so... This should work pretty well. Paranoia. Let's not get hit, shall we? Of course, Paranoia runs sort of coward, spawning creatures on top of it. Okay. See you up here. That person is holding a wand. BTA, Lady Havoc, I believe you are exactly right. I think that adding the homing on the beginning of this projectile was making it home in on me better after bouncing off a wall. Apologies if you don't like spiders, you're not going to like this area. Always cast damage plus is wild, okay. It is also a wand where all of the projectiles have more mana than the capacity of the wand, so it literally cannot fire anything. Gotta love randomly generated wands. Here's a broken wand, let's throw it at somebody. That didn't do much. That's fine. Berserkium, I'm going to try and bottle some of that off the floor. A Berserk curse affects you. Explosions are twice as big and damage is doubled while Berserk. Is it double? I'm not sure. Either way. I'm supposed to be paranoid, not berserk. That was about as much of a chaotic mess as I usually expect the jungle to be. Now we're getting somewhere. So, this has a recharge time of 0.22, and this reduces the recharge time by 0.33. That brings our recharge time down to 0, 1 frame. Or 0 frames, maybe. And also reduces the cast delay, and all of these natively have low cast delay, and the cast delay on the wand is natively very low, and it always casts increased damage. We have a new nuke wand. Wands to purchase. That feels pretty good. This wand doesn't have enough mana for Black Hole Wand. For Black Hole. Wand is max 123, casting Black Hole requires 180. Vampirism. Lose 25% maximum health, but can replenish health by drinking blood. Blood doesn't affect satiation level, no longer suffer from food poisoning. You bleed flammable gas instead of blood. Or 2 random perks. I'm gonna go with vampirism. Delicious free blood. Adding the homing drains too much mana from the swan for me to... for the fire rate to be good on it. So I'm gonna keep the... Let's see. Neat. I think I will keep it that way. The reason homing appeared not to work that time simply wasn't in range of the statue, so homing wasn't active to override the normal trajectory. Yeah. For very understandable reasons, I tend not to experiment with the Giga-Disc projectile too much. Welcome to my favorite district. It sucks here. Weird tunnel here. Drinking blood to heal. This wand, gotta say. Also, the game's kind of lagging. Something bad's happening somewhere, and I don't know where. Also, look at the ground here. Look at what happened here. What is going on? Something has bored through a whole bunch of rusted steel. I have no idea what or why or how. There's a worm. Erupts of acid, cool. Also I'm on fire, I didn't just notice that. Lots of really cool wands, almost all of which are outside of my budget. This one isn't. Good. No more wand tinkering, but enemies drop healing money sometimes. Slimes near you spontaneously turn into fungal creatures, and projectiles seemingly phase through you. I believe that's smaller hitbox is what that actually means. Reroll. Return fire when hit by projectiles, 20% resistance against explosions and projectiles. All my spells boomerang toward me but gain bonus damage and speed. Sense enemies. I would like to be able to enter the next level. Please. Temple of the Art. The air feels hot. Lava, don't like that. Lava, don't like that. Really don't like that. What was that thing? Like a wooden barrel or something? I genuinely don't know what that is. Yeah, barrel full of water. Alright. Don't like anything about the current situation I'm in. Hate those stupid crystals. They have so much help. I don't know what just happened over there, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. This wand is pure chaos, and shooting it will probably kill me instantly. Ugh. Okay, if I ingest enough perched meat, then a thundercloud will appear above me. Good to know. So I should minimize meat consumption and try and aim only for the blood itself. First rock. Man, is there anywhere I can go safely? What am I talking about? This is the Temple of the Art. There's nowhere safe here. This guy eats projectiles and has a trillion health. Humongous nuisance, basically. Oh, that was a hell of a dodge. The ice stuck between those fires there. Now that one's dangerous. That one, each time you hit it, shoots a projectile back at you. Best policy for those fellas? Leave them alone. Hey, buddy. Hi. How you feeling? I'm giving them pets. Actually, no, I'm giving them little smooches on the head. Mwah. 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 See ya, buddy. Please don't tell him what I said just a moment ago. Hey, I know you like following me around and everything, buddy, but it's kind of dangerous around here, and I don't want to anger you with any accidental crossfire, buddy. Buddy, please. Please. Friend. Ow. Ow. Extra life saved me. Making progress. Bonus health. God. Please let me reach the bottom of this place. I keep trying to go downward and I keep having to reroute back upward. I really wish I had slime blood right now, because that would mean that I could drink slime as part of the vampirism. Drink. Sometimes your greatest asset in this game is patience. Just drink some blood. You'll be glad you had that extra 50 health later. I need a second. Okay. Goodness gracious. This has been an absolutely terrifying Temple of the Art. What liquid is this? Teleportium. I don't want to touch that stuff. My wand is malfunctioning. Okay. Oh my god. A lot of stuff I cannot remotely afford. Now we've got a shootable bolt that results in a plasma. it's very important to put plasma beam cross on a remote method like this, because if you just cast it, it will put it right in front of you, meaning that you immediately get obliterated by it. This game has lots of beginner traps like that. Summons a propane tank full of liquid nitrogen. Careful what you wish for. Okay. So, at this point I can show off something kind of interesting. There's a bit of a tradition / a famous thing that is semi-common in roguelikes, which is the concept of robbing the shop. Plus 50% extra max health. Sounds good to me. And so we've got a black hole here, a slow orb of void that eats through all obstacles. And we've got light shot. And so one thing we could potentially do is we could fire a black hole downward in order to drop one of these items out of the store. The shopkeep will not be happy with us if we do this. We have anchored the gods. This is Stevari, the guard. Most people call him Steve. Eat that, Steve. Unfortunately, directly below us is a lot of lava, so I'm not sure if for this place in particular we can steal the items effectively. But the concept holds for any area that's not this one. In any case, though, I mean, pull me. It is guarding the salt. Goodbye, Elysian London. That was not a smart move. Portal to the work. $8,000 gold statue. Press E to complete the work. We have turned everything to gold, including ourselves. Games are made by people. See, from Grotto. Jonas Turner. I just want to note, I just did in one attempt what takes a lot of people 100. Beating this game is not easy. Professional gamer slime. Banging out a clear first attempt. Completed the game. You are dead. Click here for stats. So, before we do new game... Second, I fully quit the game. Yeah, I did. There's so much more to this game, though. Exactly. And we are going to now scratch the surface now that we've done one full run. In addition, I have just hooked Noita into Twitch chat. I don't know how this works, but in theory, y'all should have commands now. Next vote will appear on the screen. Ruin my life, everyone. Vote now on your phones. It looks like I'm blocking the view slightly. Yeah, let me fix that. Started out with a thing full of berserkium. That also means we can't put ourselves out. Creature gravity field. Creatures now attract projectiles. Telekinetic kick. Oh no, did the gravity field thing get nullified because I went to a new area? Oh well. Telekinesis is low-key one of the best abilities in the entire game. Physics skills are incredibly effective. I should go to the left and eat pink. That's correct. Yes, Daedalus. Excellent idea. It's also decent life advice. 1 second here. I have a quick and hacky method of... There. Now the vote should be completely visible. Vote now on your phones. Explosive Spells is in the lead, but Booze is very close behind. Explosive Spells takes it. They're also much slower. On fire again. We have gone to the left. Welcome to the fungal caverns. It sucks here. There's also weird fungus that's pink here. Alright, shoot again. Cocktail. Ah, Molotov cocktail. Get telekinesed. Okay. Hear this, all this weird fungus. Let's eat it. You feel in harmony with magical forces. Cause ingesting weird fungus and more. Tripping thumb. Heavily tripping. Man, that color smells interesting. Usual concepts don't apply. Tripping balls. You hear the word poison shifting and echoing in colors. And I am no longer tripping. So, what we just experienced is called a fungal shift. A fungal shift makes it so... 3, 2, 1... Oh my god! Help! Found a wand. at 7 health, I just realized. I should get out of here. Oh, that's cool. So what we experienced is called a fungal shift. And what fungal shift does is it causes one liquid material to be replaced with a different liquid material. In this case, what appears to have happened is all water is now poison. All water is now poison. Water no longer exists in this universe. There is no such thing as water, only poison. We have ruined reality. Perk lottery. When you pick a perk, there's a 50% chance the others won't disappear. Hell yeah. Mournful Spirit. Also, I'm charmed. Oh, cool, I got hit with a... I got hit by a Master of Spells. Or Master of Nullification, something like that. There we go. Look at them, they're so cute. Hello. Freezing vapor. There we go, this time it worked.
Take this love.
Thank you as always for your patronage. And enjoy your gift sub. Nebulabbit.
Take this love.
Thank you as always for your patronage. Enjoy your gift sub, Mouse Technician. Whack.
Take this love.
Daedalus 11 gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you for your patronage. Enjoy your subscription, Kippers. Genuinely. Thank you. Blah, 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 blah.
100 bits.
Thank you. Oh, right, I can't put myself out because the water inside my bottle will instantly transform into poison upon touching the air. That's cool. Yep, at least I can put myself out using blood, but... Can't afford anything. Cool. Glitter bombs.
Take this love.
Talib, you have 55 subscriptions to the community.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 90. 92. Oh boy. Ah! Actually, that's kind of cool.
Take this love.
Five subscriptions to the community.
I don't know what to say, y'all. Thank you. Oh, comboed. Bam, bam. Just double shotgun. Pop, pop. Pop, 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 pop. By the man who got shot. Pop, 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 pop. Most of my runs end there. Yeah, that's a familiar feeling. PC base is the first super big, difficulty spike. You're feeling sick. Nothing stays inside. Secretorium Hermetis. The sacrifice of oneself to the pursuit of knowledge is the highest tribute to the gods. Keep this in mind. This is actual good advice. The sacrifice of oneself to the pursuit of knowledge is the highest tribute to the gods. And look what we just did. In order to read that tablet, we sacrificed ourselves. We seeked out information at the cost of our life. It is the highest honor that we can give the gods of these worlds, of this world. Trip out, covered in oil, anti-gravity, or treasure chest. What if we don't enter the cavern? What if we just wander? Chest appears. What? I've never seen white hole. What is this? Cool. Unfortunately, there's infinite spread, so I can't aim the damn thing. There's something above us, though. You discovered an orb of true knowledge. Secrets of endless lava have been unlocked to you. Sea of Lava summons a large body of lava below the caster. Emerald Tablet, Volume 1. 'Tis true without lying, certain and most true. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below. To do the miracles of one only thing, and as all things have been and arose from one by the mediation of one, so all things have their birth from this one thing by adaptation. There's something up there, but we can't quite make it. Always saying this. I honestly want to go down and get this wand and remove the heavy spread. That way I can aim the white hole, because that could be very useful for exploring. Of course, all that is dependent on y'all not picking any voting options that are just die instantly or something. Immunity to electricity, and... Oh! How friendly of y'all. Okay, I need to not throw TNT, because Matter Eater makes that explode instantly. It's full of whiskey. am wasted. There's maybe nothing more dangerous in the entire world than a drunken wizard. Nope. Stuck. There we go. Man, why aren't they going any distance? Bullet time. You. Drinking water doesn't help prevent. There we go, slowly recovering. Acid immunity? No. Lime blood? Yes. Anyway, let's go to the right. To hell with this whole cavern business. Let's wander around. I kicked a music device and the fish got attracted to it. Who said that downward is the only place we can go? Welcome to the desert. A mushroom symbol with 2 arrows pointing down. Wizard farts or remove the ground. It's 50-50. What's it gonna be? That'll be useful in a bit. Orb of True Knowledge. Secrets of Earth's anger have been unlocked to you. Emerald of Thoth. The necessity of consuming the art is one of the chief anxieties of alchemists. We are sworn to secrecy by heaven and earth and hell, by the four elements, by the height and the depth, by Hermes, by Anubis, and by the howlings of Karakoros. An oath has been required of us to reveal nothing clearly to any uninitiated being. Enjoy your gift stuff, friend. I do not have suitable weapons for this. Heat projectile killed me. Oh yeah, we can look at the progress menu to see everything that we've seen so far. Mina, killed by 48 times. Lamas, 18 kills. Lento Lamas. Suhiseva Lamas. Scorpioni. Evacas. Surevacas. Anka. Susi. Oro. Herta. Tapura Hisi. Silainen. Tapura Hisi. Tuli Hisi. All the creature names are in Finnish. If I recall correctly, Hisi are a type of mythical creature, I think? Like a mountain and meadow guardian sort of creature. I could be wrong, though. Potion full of swamp. Oh no! Oh no, that vote. Will you decide to call the cops on me, or will you give me a water trail? Alright, cops it is. Fun police is here. Those little three-eyed, three-legged spidery things are called hamis, which translates approximately to Spidey. It's like a cute shortening of spider. Everyone loves the homies. Wait. Oh my god. I didn't even notice that that's what I picked up. Thank you for pointing that out, Lady Havoc. This is a potion of ambrosia. Tabula Smaragdina. If all the mountains were of silver and gold, what would they profit a man who lives in constant fear of death? Hence there cannot be in the whole world anything better than our medicine, which has the power to heal all the diseases of the flesh. A slimy egg. Friend. Slime friend. Anyways, ambrosia. Let's go find a good spot to demonstrate what this stuff is. This little hole right here. That's good. You feel strange strength in your body, protection from all. As long as my clothes are stained with ambrosia, I am literally immortal. The stain wears off from even the slightest movement when leaving a pool of ambrosia, though. But if you need to just hunker down somewhere... Ow. Nearby materials transmute into acid. Ugh. Right then. I can only purchase one of these wands. Most spells are now unlimited. You know how we only had 3 bombs? Now we have infinite. There exist 2 types of roguelikes in the world. Ones that are like, yeah, we should allow you to get some strong builds, but we don't want you to get too crazy with it. And then there's the other type, which is, break this game over your goddamn knee. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Do it. Do it. This game falls under the second type. This game extremely gives you tools to just completely ruin the entire universe. Flaming bouncy balls. That seems like a great idea. That has no downside whatsoever. I think black holes are one of the few things that aren't infinite. But that doesn't mean there aren't ways to get yourself practically infinite digging power. There is no material that is truly immortal in this game, by the way. Even stuff that seems like they are indestructible. Black holes will break those. Luminous drills will break those. If you reach the edge of the world, you'll find that it's coated in extremely dense rock. And so you'll think that that's the border of where you can explore. And then you remember, black holes can break through EER, extremely dense rock. And then that starts making you ask the question, what's behind that big wall, then? If that's not actually the border of the world, then what's past this false border? Oh, that's what's happening. There's a damn nest. Hell with this. Oh. NOS Technician Attaco GS. Thank you for joining me. That's chaotic polymorphine. Look at what it does. Deers are not known for having high amounts of health. Chaotic polymorphine is therefore one of the most dangerous materials in the entire game. Get turned into a deer and then shot once and killed is a way to go from having thousands of health points to 0. That's a decent one. On the Basher. Ponyakin-chan. Daedalus 1134. Thank you for joining me on my quest. Fight the cops for blaming me for a crime I didn't commit. That was the worm, not me. I got knocked back into my plasma beam. The cops win. Acid potion. Oh no, I'm a ghost, and now you are too. Brutal. This is my first time playing with the voting system, as you might imagine. Because, you know, it requires you to actually have an active Twitch thing going. So. And that's a better way to put it. I haven't seen it in action, because I've never participated as it from a viewer either. Or looked up any videos or anything. So. It's neat to see this. Fairly new-y. Oh, come on. Hey, thanks. Collapsed mines, secondary mines district. Found by going to the left. Roots in the background. Roots in the foreground. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. There we go. Murder frogs. Nearly just poured acid on myself. Polymorphine. Fancy balls. That's cool. No more shuffle. Oh god, an acid bouncy ball. That's horrifying. And I can't put myself out because, again, I have a bottle full of acid as opposed to a bottle full of water. There. Let's fill this thing up with actual... Sometimes I try and, like... Sometimes I wonder about if I should play games like Noita on stream. Because I'm like, it's Noita, everybody knows Noita. But... no. Just because a game is kind of popular, from my perspective, I'm someone who absolutely immerses themselves in indie games and has a love for the craft and an obsession with not just the games themselves, but the genealogy and the inspirations behind them. And so, seeing Kippers chime in saying, this game seems really interesting, makes me satisfied, because, like, okay. This game's new to somebody. XKCD average knowledge.png, exactly. So, this is a chest that's in the water. Real Noita players know. You open that remotely. If a chest is in the water, it has a larger than average chance of containing a thunderstone, which is a little rock that produces electricity. And this means you open the chest and immediately get electrocuted to death, because it's in water. Anything you can walk away from. It's the last health point that matters. Probably not long for this world, so let's trip balls. Thanks for the subscription. Or follow, rather. Couldn't quite tell who that was over the sound of the game. All blood has turned into something. Or all something has turned into blood.
Take this love.
Mortality Havoc gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
That's not a medic Hisi, that is a shield maker Hisi. Or cloaking Hisi? Yeah, I believe that guy makes things semi-invisible. The medics are a different one. Yeah, it's just full of gold. Interested in that one for the water trail. There's kind of a funny build that you can do relating to water. Enemies are not immune to drowning, so absolutely flood everything below you is a method you can use. What's that timer for? Oh, okay. God, it's good that I was in here when that triggered. Ugh. Whoa. Very smart of me to, damn it, the lava pool distracted me and I forgot to actually put the water trail on anything. Moxion. Controls are inverted. Covering me in glue. That was weird. Finally, a transit wand. Do you want to kill a snowman? One health. As long as I've got a transit wand. Music notes written on the wall. That's interesting. I'm sure there's nothing to unpack about that. I'm sure that's not a secret of any kind. Because I don't have an instrument. I don't even know where I would find one. Secrets of Stormy Skies have been unlocked to you. Emerald Tablet, Volume 7. Among those who devote themselves to the transmutation of metals, however, there can be no such thing as mediocrity of attainment. A person who studies this art must have either everything or nothing. An alchemist who knows only half their craft reaps nothing but disappointment and waste of time and money. Moreover, they lay themselves open to the mockery of those who despise our art. Those, indeed, who succeed in reaching the goal of the magistry have not only infinite riches, but the means of continued life and health. Hence it is the most popular of all pursuits. Savojen. Good dia, John. Notice that we're doing like 2 damage to it. You know, in addition to the fact that we're at 1 health. So we have 1 health, but we also have the power of flight. And we're gassy. Move plays a bullet hell. Yep, happened again. We've made it one stream before Move plays a bullet hell on technicality. It just keeps happening. I don't know what to say. Every game I play somehow ends up being a bullet hell one way or another. I like how I'm at 1 health, and there's a vote in which 3 out of 4 of the items are going to kill me instantly. Thank you to the people working to ensure my protection. So, we've collected this orb before, and so that means it's additional max health. Unfortunately, it is not any actual health, so... Meowdy, Skulgan. Happy to have you. Your curiosity is rewarded. What's this tablet say? Ah, yes. We've seen this one already. So this is a shrine that you can offer stuff to. Offering various items will result in different things. Easiest and simplest is offer an emerald tablet, and you have a 90% chance of receiving gold. 90% is a approximation. I don't actually know the exact odds. Sometimes something else happens, though, and that's fun. This will bring us to the desert a little bit faster, at least. Pew, 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 pew. I am begging you. Chat, I am begging you. Thank you. You know what? I'm just gonna hang out for 30 seconds. Thank you, Kofi, Streambot, GCU Gray Area, and BTA Lady Havoc for healing my poor ass. Why is the Kofi stream? I guess it's pulling from a list of viewers. I thought that was supposed to be people who actually voted for that option, but no, it's just random names. Strange scales covered in sand. Watchtower. Fun fact. When I was last playing this game a lot, this area didn't exist. I don't know what this place is. I have never been here.
Destructive.
A bit limited in my options on that, unfortunately. Oh, okay. I can cause some destruction, actually. Here we go! Forcing me to drink alcohol. There's something depicted in that center chamber. And I want to find out what. Wizard peer pressure. There's something above the fish lake. There's something floating directly above the fish lake. chat giveth, so chat taketh away. So this is a weird thing that you can pick up. I don't think I want to, though. It's very frustrating and confusing. Yay, treasure! Thank you, chat. Thank you for being nice to me. I appreciate all of you wanting me to succeed. It is very kind of you to do that. Saw blades and booze is giving me flashbacks to college workshop, college-like woodworking shop. This is a joke, for the record. Let's see what's above the lake, I guess. So this is kind of what the other half of Noita is. You can wander down into the dungeon, and there's tons and tons of stuff. No, so I don't even know how to respond to that one. Those are both things I actively try to avoid in my daily life. I dislike circle saws, and I also don't drink. I prefer other methods of inebriation. I like all the little divots from when I went the other direction over here. Okay. Here we are at the fish lake. Directly above. I think I'm going straight upward. I've never seen this either. What the hell is this? Ominous liquid. What is this stuff? Stepping it or drinking it poisons me. What is this stuff for, though? I wonder if there's some material I can mix with it. Any hints in the background? Only that. That looks a little suspicious, but I can't tell what it's supposed to depict. Let's look around the edges of it. That's an arrow. I don't know if I'm at the same height anymore. Damn it. And Keva Temple. I don't know what this is either. I've never seen any of this stuff. What is this? Again, pointing to the left. Can someone translate Henkeva? Potions that love you. Spirit Temple. These potions have legs. Are these bottle of ghosts? I wonder if I came here with charm potions, because that's associated with hearts. Spirit Temple. Put them in the background diagram. Unfortunately, I can't pick these up the normal way. I can only pick them around. I can try and shove one of them over it, see if anything happens, but I have my doubts. Doesn't really seem like it. What if I try and fill one of you? The potion is now wet. Strange. Now kind of wishing that I brought a sample of the ominous liquid. As opposed to trying to drink it all. Anything hidden here? Pheromone. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Oh my god. Let's empty out this bottle. Aww. F-Zoe Blackheart is protecting you. bottle of pheromones. Okay. We can now do what is depicted on the wall. Okay. Okay, the potion is now pheromone. I can now pick it up. Is it now just a normal potion bottle? No, it isn't. It still has legs. It's called empty potion, but I can't hold liquids. What is this thing? What are you? A mimic, yeah, I guess. Has to be, yeah. It's like a potion mimic, but... Maybe if I toss it near some enemies, it'll fight on my behalf? Find an angle to shoot at that puts us at equal. Actually, the hearts are useful for this. They tell us if we're going up or down. Barren Temple. Once again, this is new to me. A depiction of fire. Maybe. Wait a second. Hey, when y'all improve my wands, it seems to have done a lot. So, thanks for that. Friend. Adept's note. Those who attain the fruit of the house above the triadic tomb shall hold this truth. The holiest ground is most fertile when touched by our water. Piss? Is that a piss joke? Piss is a liquid that exists in this game. Is that a puzzle solution? I need to cover something in piss? Damn it. Didn't mean to do that. Mimicium is a liquid. That poisons me. So bizarre. Wait a minute. Oh. Let me try something. Mimicium turns into more of whatever liquid it touches. Which means, okay, this is starting to become more clear to me. The hidden goal here is discover that these are living potions, get the potion of Mimicium alive and on your side, that way you can pick it up. Bring the Mimicium potion over to the ominous temple in order to duplicate the ominous liquid, and then with the ominous liquid duplicated, we can better pick it up and get more of it, and then something. And then something. Let's see if there's anything further to the left. What about all the empty potion mimics? Honestly, I don't know, because you can't fill them. Ooh. They say empty potions, but they're sealed empty potions, and they're not really actual potions, because they're mimics. Landscape. Alchemist's note. Here I'm safe. I am safe. I left the others behind and I have locked my research so that only those with real understanding can reach it. I should not worry. As long as I resist the temptation, I will be safe. I know my limits. Here I am far away from them. I should not worry. Carved into the wall is the symbol of an emerald tablet. And there's some kind of hidden base down here. Duck. A symbol of a sheep and a bunch of little marks below it. An effigy. This is also like that other thing that I don't like to pick up. What it does is it makes you constantly shoot fireballs out from you every second, no matter what. Cool. The frozen vault. I want that Heathy obliterated. Holy moly. Haha, Silma. The evil eye. It eyes at you evilly. These are the achievement pillars. Completing various feats will expand these pillars with new symbols. I've killed Colmy. I've picked up the salt. I've found an orb of true knowledge. A wiggling egg. Wormlets. Wormy vision. You're seeing things more clearly. wrecked. It's a shame that I destroyed all of the suspicious liquid, but that's something I might investigate later on my own. I think for now, I actually just kind of want to explore more. That way I can eventually get to another holy mountain and modify my wands, because, oh my god. I want to see what I can do with these stupidly powerful wands. No blessing of the holy mountain in here anymore, because it's already been spent. That's a lot of acid damage. That almost got me. That almost got me. Don't mind me just using my haunted eye for the sake of cleaning a chemical spill. If I leave this thing empty, it works better. Alright. Always cast quick refresh. quite know why all blood in the game is currently fungal, but it is. No, you don't. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No longer drown. Alright. Water build. We're doing the water build now. I can't drown, but everyone else can. Yes. Save your breath, 'cause tonight you're gonna drown. King of Bones with a coral crown. I vomit out rats. Thank you, my community. Everyone is now slimy. You understood the assignment. What next? What next? Not bad, not bad. Creatures are more friendly. This is what Noita's all about, baby. It's also what Noita's all about, my friends. Oh, wonderful. Truly wonderful. I love this game. Noita. So, tip to toe, that's a Noita. Yep. Toe to tip. Noita is available on Steam for $20. As you can see, it is many different things. It is a roguelike in which you try and descend down a hole, and it is a game about making wands that instantly kill you, and it is a game about finding hubris and defying the gods. In any case, though, that's gonna do it for today's stream. Oh my god. Hilarious. Thank you, as always, for everyone who has supported me, all the folks who have viewed, all the incredibly generous people who are tossing stuff out. Also, you'll notice that the phrase brief intro animation fund has been there a while. I am now in the process. I have a draft of the intro animation and its concepts and the exact lines of dialogue that I want there to be. I have a person I have commissioned that is excited to work on it and is within their skill set. And so soon I will be transferring the funds over to them so they can create it. And hopefully, within, some amount of time, we will have a new intro to the channel. And as always, my work is supported by viewers like you. Thank you. And if that phrase sounds familiar to you,
This love.
Tality Havoc gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
if that phrase sounds familiar to you, then you might have a decent idea of what the intro is going to look like, conceptually. In any case, tune in on Wednesday at 6:30 Pacific, because that is when Dr. Nairi A. Bekalian and F. Zoe Blackheart will be joining me for a story time with Moo as we all read through We Know the Devil. Streamers are supported by people, games are made by people, and this content is made by slimes. Made by people, comma, broad definition. Or parentheses, broad definition. Hehe. Let's see who can raid to, shall we? Thanks, y'all.
And I don't want to let go.
Thank you clanless_x for following.
Tier 1 sub to someone who is now followed. I see. Noita. Hi, sorry, Clanless,
To another place.
we're actually just wrapping up here. Sorry to say, but the VOD will be available in mere seconds. We did some of the fun Noita chat control stuff. Ah, okay. I see. Let's see. Call Me Amaraka's playing something called Foundation. I have no idea what that is. Nonetheless, the slime scent, yeah. So yeah, Wednesday, We Know the Devil, and Friday, we start Signalis. Thanks as always for tuning in, everyone. To another place.